We're getting a piece of breaking news now. A new wave of patriotism in Jammu and Kashmir, ladies and gentlemen, as the families of terrorists have joined the Tiranga campaign. Earlier, the brother of wanted terrorist Javed Mattu waved the tricolour, and now the family of a Hizbul terrorist have waved the Indian flag, joining the entire campaign. The family of these terrorists have been asked to surrender before the forces. But those visuals on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, one from Sopore, one from Kishtwar, where you can see the families of terrorists are also waving the Indian flag, pledging their support to the Union of India, giving their support and a message to the separatists as well as Pakistan that they stand with the tricolour. I'm joined by my colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi on the broadcast. Tejinder, a huge message coming in from the valley, where the families of terrorists, while the forces have told them to lay down their arms, their families are paying salutations to the tricolour right ahead of Independence Day. A huge message coming in from the Kashmir Valley.
Indeed, Ayushman, this is a huge message because the family members, they know that their children who have taken up gun on the behest of Pakistan, who were misguided by Pakistan, radicalized by the Pakistani stooges, their family members know that their children are on wrong path and they should shun the path of violence and join the mainstream. Today, when we know that the entire nation is celebrating Har Ghar Tiranga, so the family members of this terrorist Mudassir, who had joined terror ranks, who is now an active terrorist of the Hizbul Mujahideen terror outfit, and the police has also declared a bounty of 20 lakh rupees for him. So you can well understand how big terrorist he is. But today, his entire family, including his mother, his father, his brothers, they all celebrated Independence Day ahead in advance. They unfurled tricolour and they made an appeal to Mudassir that he should leave the gun, he should leave the path of violence and join mainstream. He should return and surrender so that he could also lead a normal life. So this is the common sentiment across the entire Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The parents of those misguided youth or those terrorists who have taken up gun to fight the Indian state, the parents, they say that this is a futile exercise, picking up gun, fighting the state of India, because you see, ever since the abrogation of Article 370 took place on 5th of August 2019, the people across the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir have seen how development is taking place all across. People are reaping the benefits of all those central sponsored schemes which the Jammu and Kashmir was deprived for more than 70 years. Pakistan stands exposed. The people in Jammu and Kashmir, they know that it is Pakistan which always wants to foment trouble in Jammu and Kashmir, which has been using the youth of Jammu and Kashmir as cannon fodder, whereas the children of Pakistan, army officers, they enjoy their life they get quality education, they live in Western countries, but the youth in Jammu and Kashmir are forced by Pakistan to take up gun and become a cannon fodder for the Pakistan's so-called anti-India campaign. So the parents of such youth, they have understood the futility of such an exercise, and they keep on regularly appealing their children to shun the path of violence. You can see how the mother, how the father of Mudassir, who is now a Hizbul Mujahideen terrorist, to carry a bounty of 20 lakh rupees, his parents are appealing to him to leave the path of violence and join the mainstream and return back. Yes.
Right, but at the same time, Tejinder, it's very important to note that this is part of the entire campaign against terrorism. At one point, you go after the hardened terrorists, you try to break the back of the entire terror infrastructure. But when it comes to the families of those terrorists, you have to bring them into the mainstream. You have to apply a soft touch when it comes to cracking down these aspects of the entire terror infrastructure, because the main aim at the end of the day is not just to eliminate hardened terrorists, but it's also to win hearts and minds in the Kashmir Valley.
See, Ayushman, the Jammu and Kashmir government and the army has made it clear that any foreign terrorist who comes to who crosses the line of control or the international border, he would be eliminated. But any local terrorist who has picked up gun, but if he wants to shun the path of violence, if he wants to surrender, he can surrender. He would be given the opportunity to surrender, and then the due course of law would take its course. The law would decide how much sentence he would get.
Jinder, please stay with us. We are also joined by former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Kavinder Gupta. Thank you, Mr. Gupta, for joining us on CNN News 18. How do you see these visuals coming in from the Kashmir Valley? You have the families of terrorists waving the tricolour, pledging allegiance to the tricolour right ahead of Independence Day. A strong message to the forces of terrorism and separatism in the Kashmir Valley.
देखिए, मेरा ये मानना है कि लगातार जम्मू कश्मीर के युवकों को गुमराह किया गया और इस गुमराह करने में कहीं ना कहीं पॉलिटिशियन भी उनका साथ दिया करते थे। आज फिजा बदली है। धारा 370 के बाद जिस प्रकार की चेंजेस आई है, आज नौजवान खेलों की ओर प्रोत्साहित हो रहा है। आज जिस प्रकार से हुर्रियत के कैलेंडर जो जारी होता था, 2-2 महीने बंद रहता है, किसी के बिजनेस नहीं था, मानसिकता उस प्रकार से भी लगातार पाकिस्तान के झंडे चलते थे। आज इन सभी चीजों को लोगों ने पिछले 4 साल में देखा है कि वाकई में भारतीय सरकार जो है वो चाहती है कि जम्मू कश्मीर में शांति हो। उसी व्यवस्था पर देखा जाए, पत्थरबाजी बंद है। आज नौजवानों ने अपने भविष्य की तरफ देखा है और खास करके कोई भी नौजवान, कोई पेरेंट्स नहीं चाहता कि उसके बच्चे मिलिटेंसी में इन्वॉल्व हो। किसी ना किसी तरीके से उनको इन्वॉल्व किया गया था, वो बेचारे मारे गए। अब उनके पेरेंट्स को भी एहसास हुआ है कि वो गलती जो हमारे बच्चे ने की कम से कम हम ना करें। तो उसी तरह से एक मानसिकता बदली है। तो मुझे लगता है एक अच्छा स्टेप है, एक माहौल अच्छा है, तो इसको मानना चाहिए। आज उन लोगों को एक मुंह पर भी तमाचा है जो बार बार कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान से बात करो, दोबारा कहते हैं। उनकी शायद राजनीति इसलिए चलती थी।
जी, और कविंदर गुप्ता जी, तो आपके हिसाब से जो कश्मीरी पार्टीज थी, they were responsible for the state of affairs in the Kashmir Valley, क्योंकि पहले होता था एंटी इंडिया पॉलिटिक्स, उसके बियॉन्ड लैक ऑफ विकास इनसाइड द कश्मीर वैली, जिसकी वजह से ये कश्मीरी फैमिलीज को इतना बढ़ावा मिलता था टू ज्वाइन द टेररिस्ट, बिकॉज टेररिस्ट भी उनको पैसे देते थे व्हेन इट कम्स टू ज्वाइनिंग द टेरर रैंक्स, क्योंकि विकास ही नहीं होता था कश्मीर वैली में। Do you also blame the Kashmiri parties for the state of affairs that took place inside Jammu and Kashmir before the abrogation of Article 370?
देखिए, जमात और हुर्रियत इस प्रकार के जो संगठन थे, लगातार ये हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ काम करते थे। इनको पाकिस्तान से पैसा आता था, पाकिस्तान के हक में बोलते थे। और जब इनके पेट में दर्द होती थी तो इनको एक स्पेशल जहाज भेज करके इनको दिल्ली भेजा जाता था। ये सच है। और उसी हिसाब से ये मस्जिदों से ऐलान होते थे तो ये सपोर्ट करते थे। इनको सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करके रखी हुई थी, उनको स्पेशल बंगले दे करके रखे थे। इसका क्या मतलब है कि कहीं ना कहीं ये सरकारें जो वहां पर रही, चाहे वो नेहरू गांधी परिवार से सरकारें रही, चाहे यहाँ पर फारूक की फैमिली से रही, चाहे मुफ्ती मोहम्मद के परिवार से सरकारें रही, इन्होंने इनको सपोर्ट किया है। आज फिर से जब यहाँ आज भी फारूक अब्दुल्ला बोल रहे थे कोई, लेकिन इसके बोलने का कोई महत्व नहीं। पाक से बात की जाए, पाकिस्तान खुद टूटने पर के कगार पर आ गया है। उनको अपनी सरकारों को पता नहीं कौन कल आएगा, कौन अगले दिन आएगा। तो ये उनकी वकालत कर रही है कि ऐसे सिद्ध नहीं होता है कि ये लोग लगातार इसी चक्कर में लगे हुए हैं कि इनकी दुकानदारी बंद हो चुकी।
Right, so the shop of all these separatists and even the Kashmiri parties which peddle the anti-India politics, that has come to a close, which is why we are seeing these scenes coming in from the Kashmir Valley, where you have the families of terrorists waving the tricolour, pledging allegiance to the tricolour right ahead of Independence Day. A message coming in from the Kashmir Valley, from Kashmiris to the Pakistan establishment, to the Pakistan military, the ISI, as well as the politicians who push for an Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Over here, you see the families of terrorists saying that they are with India. We're also getting a reaction from the family members of these active terrorists. Let's listen in.
गवर्नमेंट गस घर अन सारी गस तमस वापस अन वारा कोशिश कर कम पता लगन यीज फौज यीज تِم ساڑٮ۪نَس اَنٮ۪ن